This paper is about the signal authentication with watermarking for the purpose of security. So on this diagram shows an overview of what the system might look like. The diagram reads from left to right and with increasing time. The top is the data layer and the bottom is the spreading code. So inside the data layer, we assume that there's some sort of Tesla navigation method authentication like Galileo's OSNMA. The combinatorial watermarking is different than prior art where sections of spreading code are replaced. Instead, this is where the combinatorics comes in, a fixed number of chips are selected to be inverted. So that's what these red lines represent here. This paper is about how to take cryptographic seeds and then select the individual chips to invert. So this is what a radio receiver would look like. This section right here that I'm highlighting with my cursor is typical, the typical GNSS receiver where you are correlating against a replica R. And from there you get your I's and Q's. So what the receiver would do in this signal authentication is it'll take raw baseband samples and store them in memory for a few moments, and then later perform statistics on the receiver. So I talk about these statistics in the work and how to compute the distribution. So what's cool about combinatorial watermarking is you can compute the distributions directly. There's no need for the essential limit theorem assumption, and so you can place more rigorous bounds on the distributions, so you can have a better notion of security. This is one of the figures from the diagram. So here, the x-axis here is the statistic. It's the decision boundary on the statistic. And the y-axis is the probability of misdetection of false alarms. So the false alarms here are on red going this way, and the misdetections are all of these other lines going right. And each of these individual lines explores a different design scenario.